the merciful, for they shall have mercy. Blessed are the merciful, for they too shall have mercy. Oh Lord, don't turn your back on me.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Near Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
It is another Monday. It is cold Monday. It's another Monday. Yes, it's cold Monday. Hello, hello, one and all. How are you all doing? Monday, man, the blues, the blues, the blues. Are you having the Monday blues, or it's just Lady D? I'm the only one in this corner by myself, hands clasped, praying, say, Lord, carry me through this Monday. Yeah. And by the way, I was not on any holiday. It's a federal holiday, so we do not, get the day off. National holidays, but certainly not. No federal holiday like President's Day. Nevertheless, if you've been home, how has your President's Day been? Have you been reading up on your presidents? All of that. Welcome to the show, everyone. It's time for Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Broadcast on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. I am Lady D Denise Gomez. Yes, that's me. I'm broadcasting on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. That's Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. And on Inside the Zone YouTube channel. That's Inside the Zone with Lady D. Greetings, everyone. It's Monday. It's always a good day when I come here and I get ready to pull my music up and get my this up and that up, because I'm the host and producer. I have no one working with me on the back end, so everything is just revolving around me. But recently when I had a conversation with Chris Wilby, and I said, I have a business, and so the objective of the business is to hire. You alone just can't run things and gobble up all of the little, whatever. No. So eventually I'll be able to hire you, and roll over money in community. Yeah. So I'm not always stretching my hand out. I'd like to extend something to someone else, because people bless me and I have to bless people. So you just come along with me for the ride, because, God is good all the time. 25 minutes after 5 o'clock. The show is called Inside the Zone. It's a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities: family, health, finance, education, immigration, housing, wealth management, real estate, life and health insurance, and food insecurity. Mondays 5 to 7 and Thursdays 6 to 8 in the PM. The Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Where are you walking? Where do you reside? Where you're driving right now? You perhaps say, oh, Lady D, I'm in the corner store. So welcome back, Mr. Hines. We were just having our chit-chat a while ago. And as you know, it is my third Monday. Customarily, it would have been my R&B, but I'm in the reggae month flow of things. So I'm continuing with some great reggae music. That's coming up in a few minutes. What's Inside the Zone? I have a short feature on African American higher education. Are you attaining, aspiring for higher education? Do you think we are really encouraging our children to pursue higher education? We'll be talking about that. Keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts will come up at 6 o'clock. At 6:30, I'll be having a short interview with Derek Pablo Hoylet, the producing artistic director, and Dion Silvera. And they'll be talking about the upcoming play, Tech Way Yourself. Tech Way Yourself. Yes, brother. We're going to be talking about Tech Way Yourself. Welcome to the show, everyone. 27 minutes after 5 o'clock. 914-600-4228. That is the telephone number to call us here in the Linkage Radio Station. 914-600-4228. What a day, what a day. Yes, and as I just closed my introductory segment, I'd like to welcome everyone near and far. If you are on the radio, call up someone and say, hey, Lady D's on, holiday, but she's still here. Yeah. And if you're on the YouTube channel, good evening to Vero, Pat, and King Ryan. How to do? Everybody's out and about and busy, but I'm sure they'll be rolling in a few minutes. 28 minutes after 5 o'clock. Let us start off with the Monday beat. It's still Reggae Monday.
Welcome. Why, oh, why? Hey. Chronics, left and right. Just so just a come. Left and right. Better. Ooh, yeah. Ah, boy. And them say, here comes trouble. Here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior. Welcome the Rasta youths. I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Aye. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who at the general issue in a warning. Job people them a ball, said them tired of mediocre. Evil a go fall when we tried in Ethiopia. Me leaving from down, cause them life no easy boat. Even Bantan said it's not an easy road. Operation occupy the motherland, calling all soldiers to kindly tread along. From creation, he writing a job plan, but Chronics can't do it alone. So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far. I choose executing Selassie works and be Rastafari troops. And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I'm gonna start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Aye. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who are the general issue in a warning pole. Waving the banner red, green and gold. It is such a honor prophecies unfold. Discovered on stones, on trees and scrolls. And even in the stories that Jesus told. Whoa. Rasta youth must inherit the earth. Can't sit down, Jaja send me fi work. Bring the fire in a round, Jaja send me fi purge. But I can't do it alone. Rasta recruiting soldiers coming from near and far. I choose executing Selassie works and be Rastafari troops. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youth. I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Hey. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youth. You're not for axes who are the general issue in a warning. Hey. Left and right, the soldiers are gone. Left, right, the soldiers are gone. Hey. Could I never throw it down, oh boy. Yeah, I will say left.
You're listening to Lady D on Inside the Zone right here on Linkage Radio. It's Lady D on your radio on Inside the Zone.
Here comes trouble, my friend, and here comes danger. Rastafari send me come. I say we're sent by the Savior. Here comes trouble, my friend. Here comes danger. Whoa, whoa. Ooh, nah. Hey, and them say, here comes trouble. Here comes the danger. Here comes trouble. Hey.
Look to the east at the coming of a black king. Be
kingly character. Christ in his kingly character. Christ in his kingly character. Christ in his kingly character. One love, brother man say Rasta. Who goes? It must be Jaja. Thank goodness I don't have to wonder. I know he is forever. Christ in his kingly character. 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 His foundation is in the holy mountains. Glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of the Almighty. He's the living legend of this Iowa, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Christ in his kingly character. 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 Many know the truth and hide it. Many feeling the vibes and try to avoid it. But the truth must be revealed. I know my God is real. Christ in his kingly character. 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 Behold, 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 the King of all kings. Oh gosh, oh when I see you much, oh gosh. Christ in his kingly character. 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 One love, brother man say Rasta. Who goes? It must be Jaja. Thank goodness I don't have to wonder. I know he is forever. Christ in his kingly character. 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 Help me look to the east. Help me see the King coming. Help me see the King coming. Oh, 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 yeah.
You say you love me, baby, and we should be together, but you just drive me crazy. Now that we are together, I can't wait till the morning comes. Oh girl, and I can't wait till the evening's done. Alright, you call me on the telephone. Oh girl, and tell me you're coming home. Alright, and now that we're together, we'll change the stormy weather and cherish every moment that we should be together. It's so long we've been in love. Oh girl, and you left me here so all alone. Yeah, now you're here, I won't let you go. No, we'll forever let this feeling flow. Hey, la la change the stormy weather and cherish every moment that we should be together. It's so long we've been in love. Yes, girl, you left me here so all alone. Alright, so now you're here, I won't let you go. We'll always let our feelings grow. Lot of mercy, you're so wonderful, beautiful, sweet and sexy lady. Oh, girl. You say you love me, baby, and we should be together, but you just drive me crazy. Now that we are together, I can't wait till the morning comes. No, girl, and I can't wait till the evening's gone. Alright, you left me so all alone.
5:38 p.m. Hey everyone, good evening to you. You're joining me right now in the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. The Monday Beat, kicking off the show with great music on a Monday afternoon. I'd like to welcome everyone to the show. Have you been home all day? You just simply lazed around, did nothing, or you worked hard today? You worked hard and, you're like, looks, Lady D, I work, you see, I work. Well, it's called work. I had to remind myself recently. But nevertheless, I'm here and I'm so grateful. I hope everyone had a great weekend. And those of you who are listening on the radio, that's 104.5, 101.7, hello. Those of you who are on my YouTube channel, hello to you. And, bring in new people so that everybody can have a good time. This past Saturday for Saturday morning runnings, because, I like to give you a recap of what occurred. We celebrated Valentine's Day, so both Maxine and Shernette had their spouses accompany them on Saturday, and it was a wonderful experience. They shared how they met, how they handle, downtimes when they're at their peak, who said what first, all kinds of stuff. It was good. And we also realized how dedicated they are to their vows together, which is why they are celebrating, 30 odd, near 40 years. It's just amazing. So we had a really good time. If you don't know how much you're missing on a Saturday morning, I'd like to invite you to my YouTube channel, Inside of the Zone with the Lady D. Like it, you'll see the little thumbie right there. Like, then you can click share it, ask people to subscribe. You already know there's no price tag on your head. So just like the page, share it, and subscribe. Hello once again. It's 5:41 p.m. Today is President's Day. We recognize President's Day today on the third Monday in the month of February. And it was originally established in 1885 in recognition of President George Washington on the holiday. The holiday became popularly known as President's Day after it was moved as part of 1971's Uniform Monday Holiday Act, an attempt to create more three-day weekends for the nation's workers. While several states still have individual holidays honoring the birthdays of Washington, Abraham, Lincoln, and other figures, President's Day is now popularly viewed as a day to celebrate all U.S. presidents, past and present. Now, in terms of Washington's birthday, the story of President's Day date begins in 1800, following the death of George Washington in 1799. His February 22 birthday became a perennial day of remembrance. At the time, Washington was venerated as the most important figure in American history, and events like the 1832 centennial of his birth and the start of construction of the Washington Monument in 1848 were cause for national celebration. While Washington's birthday was an unofficial observance for most of the 1800s, it was not until the late 1870s that it became a federal holiday. Senator Stephen Wallace Dorsey of Arkansas was the first to propose the measure, and in 1879, President Rutherford B. Hayes signed it into law. The holiday initially only applied to the District of Columbia, but in 1885 it was expanded to the whole country. At the time, Washington's birthday joined 4 other nationally recognized federal bank holidays: Christmas Day, New Year's Day, the 4th of July, and Thanksgiving, and was the first to celebrate the life of an individual American. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, signed into law in 1983, was the second. The Uniform Monday Holiday Act, the shift was from Washington's birthday to President's Day, began in the late 1960s when Congress proposed a measure known as the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. Championed by Senator Robert McClory of Illinois, this law sought to shift the celebration of several federal holidays from specific dates to a series of predetermined Mondays. The proposed change was seen by many as a novel way to create more 3-day weekends for the nation's workers, and it was believed that ensuring holidays always fell on the same weekday would reduce employee absenteeism. While some argued that shifting holidays from their original dates would cheapen their meaning, the bill also had widespread support from both the private sector and labor unions, and was seen as a surefire way to bolster retail sales. That continues today. The Uniform Monday Holiday Act also included a provision to combine the celebration of Washington's birthday with that of Abraham Lincoln, which fell on February 12. Lincoln's birthday had long been a state holiday in places like Illinois, and many supported joining the 2 days as a way of giving equal recognition to 2 of America's most famous statesmen. There you go. Some inside scoop for you on President's Day. How many of you acknowledge President's Day? You know, they are people too. They were, they are, they will be. People who have decided to, devote their lives to the betterment of a nation. Yes, 5:45 p.m. It's Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, and I have a very short feature coming up for you. But in the meanwhile, the show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nerida.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Black History Month is one of my features for the month of February, in addition to Reggae Month. And so, as you realize, for the past 3 weeks, I have been airing some good content concerning Black history, and I've also been playing only reggae, because I'm a lady, I mix up things, but it's just reggae for the month. So welcome everyone. 5:46 p.m. I found this short feature, African American higher education. How many of us are aspiring for higher education? If you've already attained your higher education, do you have children? Have you been having that conversation with them? The importance of higher education. And I'm not only talking in the disciplines now of doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. A higher education in the field of their interest. Parents often like to want their children to follow in the same vein. And some have, and have not regretted it. Many have and have regretted it. But have you been really having the conversation with your young people? Those who are in high school, They're trying to figure out what they want to do, and then you tell them no, they're not going to make no money. All kinds of stuff are happening. You really have to think about it in that way. My telephone number here is 914-600-4228. Welcome to Black History Month.
Before the Civil War, educational opportunities for free black children, particularly in higher education, were quite limited, even in the North. Some students, however, managed to leap over the hurdles standing in their way. John Chavis, a free black man from North Carolina, was the first African-American college student. Chavis studied as a private student under the president of the College of New Jersey, now known as Princeton University, and continued his studies at Liberty Hall Academy in Virginia. In 1862, Mary Jane Patterson became the first African-American woman to receive a bachelor's degree when she graduated from Oberlin College. Patterson became a teacher and then the first black principal at the Preparatory School for Negroes, now known as Paul Laurence Dunbar High School. Before the Civil War, discrimination against black students led to the founding of the first black colleges in the North, including Wilberforce in Ohio and Lincoln and Cheney universities in Pennsylvania.
Cheney University in Philadelphia is the first historically black college or university. It was founded in 1837 as the Institute of Colored Youth. The founding of that institution transforms educational possibility for African American people.
The era saw huge growth in the number of black colleges and universities, from Howard and Fisk to Hampton and Tuskegee.
Historically black colleges and universities take African Americans who struggle in our failing public schools and turn them into a rigorous scholar with access to a future who has earned the credentials for a college degree.
HBCUs arose as a direct response to racial discrimination, providing opportunities for black students to gain a higher education and enter the middle class. According to the New York Times, HBCUs make up only 3% of the colleges across the country, and yet at least 50% of black doctors and 80% of black judges have graduated from their classes. There remains a significant racial gap in degree attainment, but this gap is shrinking thanks to these black institutions and to increased black enrollment in historically white colleges and universities.
Welcome back. That's a short feature, African American Higher Education. And as I was saying, a lot of people have not really walked in their purpose, what God has, gifted them to do. It could be economical. It could be how we are socialized, perhaps where we were born and raised. Many people were not aspiring or were not encouraged to aspire to academic excellence. And so the more menial jobs were perhaps what drove, the economy in their communities. And as a result, a lot of them just fell in step with what everybody was doing. So whether you were a tailor, a dressmaker, that kind of thing, when you could have been, a teacher or somebody else. And here in Black History Month, you and I know that if we can't read and write, it's very challenging for people to go through life not being able to read and write. They will function, but they are oftentimes become a little irritable if, they can't read something, or they're placed in a situation where they have to either sign their name if they don't sign their name at all, So education is so important. And we talk a lot about being black and proud, but you also have to be black and literate. And at times we tend to forget that if we are not literate people, then we're going to be in the dark, and we'll only be able to rationalize things only to a certain extent. No matter what we say, if you don't read, you can listen to a person, you can garner some bit of information, but nothing beat that than when you can go and look and find information, read it for yourself. Nothing beats that. Secondhand information can also be so misleading. You know, you get it by the way, or somebody tell me, or somebody told you. So I want to just say this afternoon that while we're, having our shoulders held high and all that, education is important. If at any time your child starts to, slacken up, man, don't want to read, don't want to write, don't want to think for themselves, no matter what new systems are in school now, which I appreciate, reading is fundamental. You have to read, you have to be able to comprehend. Even to this day, sometimes we read something and we have to read it over and over until we understand it. So I am hoping that those of you who are listening, your children may have gone through the school system already, but they have children, they become your grandchildren and your great-grand and great-great-grand too. And, the colonial days, that was luxury at all. So the fact that we have the opportunity to either be online, be in a physical space called a classroom, I would say we should be grateful, because when you can't read, it's a serious thing. So while we are professing about Black history, learn to read and write. People should learn to read and write. That is my psalm for the evening. Reading and writing. Even if you get only up to high school and you have to merge on in life, learn to read and write. Because while we are admiring all the great inventors and so on, they had to learn to read and write, and they had to dedicate themselves to learning more and becoming creative thinkers. You have content creators today, but the people who created devices and information, and when I started out learning programming, sometimes if you don't have mentors, you can really go off course. I was learning programming in a course I was doing, and I found it so fascinating. And I would start to practice, and even when I would go into the class, I would show my teacher what I was doing, and he thought I was onto something good. I would literally sit down and think about something that I wanted to do and see it appear on the screen, all because I wrote the program for it. So I understand that. I understand programming, but I didn't pursue it. Man, out of rich today. But that aside, sometimes you have to get mentors, people to mentor our young people and mentor them in the right way so that they can make informed decisions. Black history is more than what we think. We respect everybody who died for a cause, all kinds of variables involved, but don't let us have a nation of illiterates and dropouts. That's not my thing. Not my thing. Welcome. It's 3 minutes and counting to Keeping You in the Know. That was my feature this afternoon for Black History Month. And you're welcome to call me. We can talk about it. 914-600-4228. That's 914 600-4228. I'd also like to remind you that it's still Reggae Month and Black History Month. Coming up at 6:30 p.m., I'll be having a conversation with Derek Pablo Hoylet, the producing artistic director, and Dion Silvera for the play called Tech Way Yourself. Coming soon, so you don't want to miss that. And while you're singing the song Take Way Yourself, you can start getting ready to go see the play Take Way Yourself. It's gonna be on Friday, March 10, 2023 at 7 p.m., Saturday, March 11 at 7 p.m. at Hosta Center for the Arts and Culture, 450 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. So time to get your tickets. They will give you all that information, but you have to go to Eventbrite. And advance tickets, orchestra 65, balcony 50, at the door 70 and 55. Okay, so you'll be hearing the artistic director and an actress, Dion Silvera. Many of you should perhaps know of her or know her personally. What time is it? 2 minutes to 6 o'clock. Good evening to my late birds coming in, but I so appreciate you on the YouTube channel. Don't forget, once you come in, share, and let somebody like it. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about. It's a good day. It's Monday. Yes, man. Counting down to news time. It is now 6 o'clock, a little gospel in my reggae feature for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show today. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. It's now time for Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. Brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. We start off with news in the United States. The Los Angeles Catholic community is shaken up and in mourning after a bishop was shot to death in his home. Auxiliary Bishop David O'Connell was found dead on January 18, and parishioners are wondering who could have killed the man described as a peacemaker who served the community for 45 years. And in our international news, the body of Ghana football player Christian Atsu, who was found dead in his collapsed apartment building in the Turkey earthquake, has been repatriated. Atsu's remains arrived in the Ghanaian capital of Accra late Sunday, said Ghana Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia, who led a government delegation to receive the body. Atsu's body was carried home in a casket on a Turkish Airlines plane and was accompanied by members of his family and the Ghana ambassador to Turkey, the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said. This loss is a very painful one, and this is a sad day for Ghana, Bawumia said. We all prayed and prayed. We hoped against hope for every day that passed, but God knows best. Atsu's body was found in the rubble of a luxury 12-story building in the southern Turkish city of Antakya on Saturday, nearly 2 weeks after the devastating earthquake that has left more than 44,000 people dead in Turkey and neighboring Syria. Reports emerged a day after the earthquake that Atsu had been rescued from the rubble, was alive, and had been sent to the hospital, but they were mistaken. The 31-year-old Atsu, who played for Premier League teams Chelsea and Newcastle, had joined Turkish club Hatayspor last year and scored the winning goal in a league game on February 5, hours before the devastating earthquake struck in the pre-dawn hours of February 6. Hatayspor sporting director Tanir Savut also lived in the same apartment building and was reported missing at the same time as Atsu. Savut has still not been found. Bawumia promised that Atsu would be given a fitting funeral and said his death was a blow for the people of Ghana. Atsu played more than 60 times for his country after making his debut at the age of 20 in 2012. Atsu was also remembered with moments of silence and other tributes at football games in England and elsewhere this weekend. At his former club Newcastle, fans held up placards with his photo. An image of him was put on a big screen at Chelsea's game against Southampton before kickoff. Ghana midfielder Mohamed Kudus had R.I.P. Atsu written on a white T-shirt under his team shirt and revealed the message after scoring a goal for Dutch club Ajax in a game on Sunday. The Ghanaian Football Association ordered moments of silence to be observed at every professional game in the West African country on Saturday in honor of Atsu. And to our Jamaican news. The ongoing trial of 28 alleged members of the Klansmen gang, which was on Monday morning delayed following a skirmish involving defendants during a search carried out by cops, was forced to adjourn after one accused complained of pains in his head and arm after the vehicle he was being transported in was involved in an accident. The accused, Ted Prince, has been wearing his left arm in a sling for the past 3 weeks following an alleged altercation with a warder at the facility where he's being held. On Monday morning, when the matter resumed at the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston, Price, who is among the accused in courtroom number 2, which is one of the 2 courtrooms being used, was not visible on the screen until his name was called, dramatically sitting up and raising his slinged arm before disappearing from sight as he was once again laid down on the court bench. Early on Monday, the accused gangsters became irate when searched by cops upon entering the courthouse, and it led to a skirmish among them. The deep searches are part of the measures being taken to deal with the ganja-smoking nuisance that irked the Chief Justice recently. Chief Justice Brian Sykes adjourned the matter after making several queries, starting with the accused Donovan Richards, who was the last to enter the courtroom and did so hissing his teeth loudly and grumbling. When asked what was the source of his discontent, Richards said, "There was a little argument between me and one of the accused, but everything okay still." He, however, claimed that an officer who intervened in the scuffle did not deal with the matter fairly and had handled him aggressively, pushing him into the wall and causing injury to his mouth. "Me no give problem. Me's a businessman. Me only problem is me lip. Me would seek medical attention of anything," Richard said. The Chief Justice then requested that Prince be brought to courtroom number 1 so he could address the court. Prince, in responding to the Chief Justice's query, said the police car he was being escorted in was in an accident. "And a beer pain me inna with me left hand and head," Prince said. According to Prince, he felt like his hand had broke all over again. He said the pain was only felt after the collision. The Chief Justice, in noting that the court would not want anything to happen to Prince, said he would be allowed to see the doctor. "The police will take you there," the Chief Justice said before inquiring of Richards whether he wanted to seek medical attention as well. Richards, however, declined, but was told that if he had a change of heart, he was to inform the officials. The matter was subsequently adjourned until Tuesday at 10. More Jamaicans are being implored to speak out against the scourge of child labor. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, Colette Roberts-Risdon, made the call in a speech delivered on her behalf by a director at the ministry, Gillian Kurodos, at a child labor video competition award ceremony held recently at the Courtley in New Kingston. She said the adults have a duty to protect children against exploitation and to steer them away from child labor, and called more voices to be raised against the issue. She said, "Child labor is one of the greatest challenges facing our society, and yet it is an issue of which so little is said. It has been perpetrated on those among us that are the most vulnerable and voiceless for decades, and perhaps centuries, tolerated and ignored, quietly eating away at the fabric of our society and contributing to many of the blatant social ills with which we grapple and for which we seek solutions," she said. Roberts-Risdon noted that the impact of child labor is far-reaching and can have long-lasting effects on a child's access to education as well as their physical, emotional, and mental health. She said that it also robs children of their childhood, hinders their development, and violates their human rights. The Permanent Secretary said that while the ministry is committed to promoting decent work for all, children are not part of the workforce, and they have the fundamental right to education, play, and safety. Quote, "We believe that it is our duty to protect Jamaica's children from exploitation and ensure that their rights are respected and upheld," she stressed. The Jamaica Youth Activity Survey 2016 indicates that an estimated 38,000 children in the country, ages 5 to 17, are involved in child labor, with Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, St. Andrew, and St. Catherine having the highest cases. While the ministry has implemented measures to address the issue, society has a key role to play in eradicating the scourge. Roberts-Risdon said that child labor video competition was organized by the ministry to raise public awareness about the existence and dangers of child labor and to further sensitize members of society about their individual roles in protecting the rights of children. Children were invited to submit videos expressing how they feel about child labor. Quote, "We wanted the Jamaican population to hear the cry for help from the children themselves, and so we used this competition to encourage them to use their voices and creativity to advocate for change," end quote. Roberts-Risdon noted. She said that the quality of the entries was truly remarkable and served as a testament of the commitment of young people to making a difference in the world. "I am proud to see such a high level of creativity and passion in our young people, she noted. I encourage you all to continue using your voices and creativity to raise awareness among your peers and the adults with whom you come into contact. Continue to be advocates. Together we can make a difference in the lives of millions of children and build a better future for all, she said. 12 minutes after 6 o'clock. St. Catherine, Jamaica. A man is dead and 4 people are hospitalized following a vehicular collision and shooting on the North-South Highway on Sunday. Reports are that at about 5:40 p.m., 5 persons were traveling in a Nissan Sylphy motorcar from an event in St. Anne. When on reaching a section of Ocho Rios, they were intercepted by 3 vehicles whose occupants opened gunfire on them before escaping in the area. The driver, who sustained injuries, drove off in search of medical attention and lost control of the vehicle, which crashed into a ravine in the vicinity of Caymanas Gardens in St. Catherine. The police were contacted and the occupants of the car were assisted to the hospital where they were admitted. A man known only as Dada of a Greenwich Farm Kingston 13 address succumbed to his injuries. Portmore police are investigating. That's it for keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. Brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Good evening. My name is Lady D, Denise Gomez. You may call me. Let's talk about the news, and more news. Alrighty. So, the last headline about Jamaicans who are being urged to raise voices against child labor caught me when I went through the news earlier today. And as you can hear, there were a few parishes that were named in the article that are known to continue this practice. Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, St. Andrew, and St. Catherine having the highest cases. So, I'm going to make a light moment, but it's not light. So, ever since we were growing up, we were given chores to do. Some a little more challenging and not age appropriate when we were growing up. And it was believed by many people that you are a child in the household, an occupant in the household, you ought to do your part. There were those whose parents or family members were in farming or poultry rearing or, some coffee, orange, whatever it was. And they had to get up. I had to get up. I was not in a grueling system, though my family owned a poultry company. So we raised the chickens in Clarendon, and the truck, at maturity, the truck would come and get them, take them over to Windward Road. But many of us knew that we had to get up early and do our chores, so we would just go and, give the chicken water and this and that. And since I loved the pigs, I chose to feed the pigs. But you do have people so those were considered your chores. And for some it was hard. It was hard. But when you're talking now about actually using children to do real hard labor, work hard, and still expect them, because you see them as hands. I have always thought that's so wrong, because there are still some remote sections in our parishes that are not developed. So some of them still have to go for water. They still have to go feed cow. They still have to feed goat. they still have to do this and that, and they still have to use no electricity to do homework. Sometimes they have no help to do homework, and they are the same children, if they don't do well, to be told that they are dunce and going come out to nothing. So now I believe and I endorse what is taking place here through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security to have these children, some of these children, share their stories. Because, you know, we live in a, we say, revolving world, and we evolve, but not many people are evolving. Some are stuck into manual work. They, even if they are making money, they refuse to buy a tractor. They refuse to buy anything that would lighten the load, even expedite their services. They refuse. They're not doing it. That's my take on this headline this afternoon. What's yours? Call me 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. Let me hear what you have to say. And at 6:30. So if you're calling me, I'd invite you to call me now, because I have a quick interview at 6:30 with two representatives from the Tech Where Yourself Play. That's coming up here in the Bronx. So I'd love to have you call me. In the meanwhile, more music coming for you, coming at you.
Please don't you hurt her, though she once true and ever in my heart. Though she isn't in my top 10, still she is on my chart. The way she loves brings sweet, sweet memory. Maybe it's the beginning of her misery. 'Cause I don't care whose school she's been, you see. 'Cause she's still taking lessons from me. Though she isn't in my top 10, still she is on my chart. Sitting in the back bench, still she's a student of my class. The way she loves brings sweet, sweet memory. Maybe it's the beginning of her misery. Please give me a chance so I can make my confession. Although I was wrong, won't you please overrule your objection and give me one chance so that I can make things right with you. I must apologize, 'cause I'm so sorry to treat you so cruel. Although I was wrong, seem I was only playing a fool, so just one more chance so we can talk this thing forward. One more chance, 'cause I don't wanna end as the loser. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. You know, you know, you know, you know, you know. You know, you know, you know, you know, you know. don't wanna be no general to end up in a funeral. I don't wanna be no general to achieve only a burial. Oh no, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy knows, yeah. Oh no, whoa, yeah, oh no. I said the race is not for the swift, but for who can endure it. The race is not for the swift, but for who can endure it. So you ride like lightning, you'll crash like thunder. Crash on there. Said you ride like lightning, you'll crash like thunder. Yeah. I said you know, you know, you know, you know, you know. I said you know, you know, you know, you know, you know. Look at the trees, how their leaves are blowing away in the sky. Listen to the birds, how they're singing away their time. Look at the sun, how it shines bright in the skies. When all these things were created by the Father. Look at the grass, how it makes your lungs look pretty. Look at the flower, how it makes your gardens look pretty too. Even when you're feeling weary, sad and low, all you got to do is relax and feel the feeling.
Hey there, Chris Wilby. Welcome.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You may think that I don't care, 'cause I've been a rover here and everywhere. In Princeton you bet about me, they never yet say good. But one thing I like about you, you always do as you should, and that's why if I don't have you, then for me there'll be nobody else. No, oh no. And even if the river should run dry, for me there'll be nobody else. No, no, oh no, no. I may stay away for a night or two, but all form of respect unto you is still due. Though staying away make you feel mad, it make you feel blue. But it's not that I really mean to embarrass you, 'cause darling, if I don't have you, then for me there'll be nobody else. No, 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 oh no. People say that you're too young, too young, too young to be my lover. Oh yeah. But never judge a book, oh no, by only looking at the cover. 'Cause you're my one and only lover, who means the world to me. And it's plain enough to see. People say I'm not the type of man to really be a lover. Oh yeah. not just for an hour. I need a permanent lover. And there is something so fantastic about you. In this world I discover now getting to know you more and more each day will make me respond to your calling every way. I need a lover. I need you when the lights are low. I need you when the breeze starts to blow. I need you when the moon shines above. I need someone to resurrect my love. I need a lover, not for an hour. I need a permanent lover, someone who I can control.
Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. I'm praying for a girl to be my own. Sonia said she coming, but I don't believe a word she said. 'Cause she ran away and left me one rainy day. She made me had in mind that her love would never die, and now I'm alone, yeah, so alone, so alone, yeah, yeah, ooh, yeah. Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. Oh no. Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. Should I have faith in you? Should I put my trust in you? And should you let me down? Should I flirt around? Why should I think this way? Thinking that you're going away. There ain't no way we'll stay together anymore. Am I to go on now, living this way? Acting like a child so young and gay. You don't know what it means to be loved. You don't know how it feels to be loved. Oh no. I've got to tell you this.
Good evening. Hello.
Pretending each day. You make me feel so mad. You make me.
Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are
I was
you?
given this number by
Yeah.
good man. Very, 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 very good.
Who is this?
Dion.
This is Dion. Hi, Dion. This is
Dion
Lady.
Silvera, yes.
Yes, this is Lady D.
Uli,
This is Lady D.
how are you, my lovely?
I'm fine.
Yes,
I'm
good
fine.
girl, Lady D.
Yes, yes. So good to hear you,
Yes,
Miss.
I know your voice, man.
Oh, you do. All right. So nice to hear you. It's a pleasure having you. I'm also expecting Pablo.
Pablo's right beside me in the class.
Okay, wonderful.
Just getting in from rehearsal.
Yes, I can imagine. It's been hectic since you got here and ready to roll.
Oh my God. Definitely so.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, Yes. So I'm just introducing you to my audience. Welcome to Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. And online we have Dion Silvera and Derek Pablo Hoylet. Yes, I'd like to welcome you. Yes, I'd like to welcome you.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. This is Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station, 24/7, 365 days for the year. And you're tuned into Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Christine Francis, she has been working very hard. She sent me a note. She said, Denise, the cast, they're going to be coming in and so on, and I'd like you to talk to them. And, I have an open door. So I said, sure. And she had sent me the name of the play. I started to sing Take Away Yourself. I was, singing right away.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us about who wants to go first.
Oh, yeah, the key right.
I have the key. Yes.
The keys were so in tune.
Yes, our perfect pitch. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yes, our perfect pitch. So, who wants to go first? Tell our audience about Take Away Yourself, what it's all about.
Take Away Yourself is described as a romantic comedy. It's a very unusual love story. Uptown meets downtown and they fall in love. We have heard of Bob Marley and, women who's been involved with, and that kind of uptown, downtown allure that people become involved with. But in Take Away Yourself, this young lady falls in hard times, and she finds that she has to dabble in drugs and take up prostitution and so on. And then, in a very unusual way, she meets this doctor, and she realizes that he has wonderful qualities, and he decides to help her. So he does that, and her life turns around completely. But like in any good comedy and in any good drama, there is disapproval. You have villains. So his uncle doesn't want his doctor nephew to be involved with this prostitute, because as far as he's concerned, this doctor is the only person in their family who has ever reached so high in life, according to him. So how can he take up a prostitute? So much of the drama and comedy surrounds him trying to keep the romance from blossoming. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And but the heroine, the girl who has to take up prostitution, she has a very strong ally, and that ally is John Silvera, who is right here with us tonight.
Yes.
Let her tell you more about her character.
There you go.
My character my character is the friend who will talk anyone down.
Oh, dear.
She will fight. She is just one of those real. She loves her friend. She's really in love with her friend. And they go way back. So advice that when is more than one, and given all the time, telling her what she expects of her and what she must, the do's and the don'ts and all of that, at all times. She's making sure that her friend is the same.
And you play the role of Shirley.
Shirley, no, I am passing Shirley's best friend.
I got you, okay.
Yes, and also her advisor and motivator. If she's down, she calls on. If she needs advice, and therefore, just everything. She's just direction.
Yes. It sounds very exciting, engaging, and because it's because for many of us, we grew up going to the little theater or we go to the playhouse, and we've enjoyed our stage productions over the years. So whenever a play comes up, as we say, from Jamaica, we want to go see it. We want to be and feel a part of pretty much what we're missing out on. Yes, because we don't have a lot of stage performances here. You know.
Well, for the past 2 years, Lady G, for the past 2 years, COVID is, as you know, and the theater was on our back burner, but we're up on our lives and ready to roll again.
Absolutely. So tell us now, where will it be?
Absolutely. If you don't mind,
Yes.
I'd like to say something about the film.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm the director, but I must tell you, Lady G, Lady G, this is a group of talented performers. They're not just actors who are equipped technically in acting. They are comedians in their own right. Okay, so when you talk about people, think about it. You should know Lemon. You should know Vicky Jam. You should know Candida Grant, Dion Silvera, right? And Dainty Bell Infante. And if you know those persons and you've seen them and stuff, and if you can imagine all of them coming together in one play, a play with the kind of plot that I just outlined to you, let me tell you something. This is a comedic explosion that you should not miss. These are people who specialize in making people laugh, right? They tell you that. I mean, Lemon will tell you, listen, I'm a comedian, right? I live and work to make people laugh.
Yes,
okay? These people have a track record of excellent performances, of doing comedy, of entertaining people all over. And to have 5 of them on one stage in one play, this is a blast, and you should not miss it.
And how long did it take you all to put this together?
How long?
How long did you work on this? Yes. How long did it take you?
Oh, we've been rehearsing now for about 5 weeks.
Okay.
We have done rehearsals in Jamaica. We're doing rehearsals in New York. And you know, we are at a very, very good place now. I don't know if you've seen some of the clips that we have done and sent out.
Yes.
But the camaraderie is very high. The actors are motivated and excited. And everybody we talk to about it, and everybody who we send clips to, everybody's just anxious and waiting to see this thing unfold on stage.
Yes. And, you know, I know Christine is a very integral part of your coming here to stage this.
Okay, let me add that. Let me talk a little bit about that. Christine is an associate and a friend of mine, and for years we've been talking about doing something to help to raise funds for her organization.
Yes.
Right? And she said to me, you know, Pablo, get me something. I want to do something. I'm ready to do something. And I said, Christine, I have the right thing in mind. Now, this play was written by a colleague and an associate of mine in England named Deborah Morgan. This is a play that I have, I have been preparing for many years, just waiting for the opportunity to get the right cast together in order to do it.
And so
and now that he has partners,
yes,
he's just ready to.
Wonderful. And you know, I'm streaming on my YouTube channel, and would you believe there's a friend of mine here says, tell them to come to Barbados.
Yeah, man.
Yes. So Andrea.
And we will certainly consider it.
Yes, Andrea, you're in the mix for this. You'd have to coordinate. So, all right. So where will it be, and how can people get their tickets?
Well, we are at the School of the Community College, and that's 415.
No, that's a 500 Grand Concourse.
Okay,
Right. So it's the Hostas.
Hostas.
Okay. So I have it here. Let me help you. So it's the Hostas Center for the Arts and Culture, 450 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. They can purchase their tickets on Eventbrite and advance tickets.
Yes, you can do them at the box office there, or you could call Christine.
Right.
And the numbers are, well, let me see, I think I have the number right here. Look for Christine. We're trying to find Christine's number. We cannot find Christine's number. Problems looking for it.
No problem.
Christine's number.
Okay, I have her number
You
here
might
for
have
you.
it. So you could tell it.
Okay, I have the number.
Okay. The Christine's number is 954 549 9908.
Right.
Repeat, 954 549 9908.
Yes.
She is the promoter, producer extraordinaire.
Yes, and she's doing a great job, of course, Having Purpose Inc. So it's under Having Purpose
Having
Inc.
Purpose.
Having Purpose
Last year,
Entertainment.
Christine. Yes, it's a
Non-profit.
organization. Yes, last year she sent to 25 schools in Jamaica in instruments like electronics,
Yes.
laptop. And this year her aim is to make 30 schools, 30 more.
Yes.
So she's really, I can't tell you, I've never seen anyone work so hard.
Yes, and it's a worthy cause.
Focus and her head is in the right place.
She's totally focused. And everything she does clearly defined. She's such an awesome woman.
Yes.
And those
And I know it will be a success. So, ladies and gentlemen, take away yourself Friday, March 10, 2023 at 7 p.m. and Saturday, March 11 at 7 o'clock. It will be at Hostas Center for the Arts and Culture, 450 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. Purchase tickets on Eventbrite. That's eventbrite.com/o/58927614923. Of course, you can contact me inside the zone nyc@gmail.com. I can give you the information. And also advance tickets. The orchestra is $65. The balcony is $50. At the door is $70 and $55 respectively. Take away yourself. Welcome to your cast, and we're looking forward to being there.
I like when you call it take away yourself.
Yes.
You say take away yourself.
Right.
Take away yourself. I like it.
All right. So thank you both for calling, and we're looking forward to being there to support Christine and her organization.
Thank you, Lady D, for having us.
Of course, you're most
We're looking
welcome.
forward to meeting you as well.
Same here.
I know Lady D, but I'm looking forward. I know you very well, but I'm looking forward to seeing you at the show.
All right, I will be there. Thank you, Dion. Take care. Okay. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. And you know I'm always just rolling in people once there's an ask. The show is winding down. It's 6:45. I end at what time? 7 o'clock, and it has been a good evening. I've been giving you some nice soft tune, have I not? I mean, I take you to the 80s and all over the place because it's reggae month and I'm featuring reggae music on the platform. And don't forget, please support these events. Christine has her nonprofit organization, and as they mentioned there, she is trying to get some more tablets and so on to send, to Jamaica. We know that the Ministry of Education is trying their best. We also know that there are organizations like my organization, Good Neighbors, and a lot of organizations around that cater for educational needs. And then there are people who are into the medical side of things, the arts. You'd be surprised. And so Christine is doing her endeavor best to get more tablets into the hands of children so that they can, be in the know and activate themselves expeditiously, because sometimes locks everybody else have and they don't have. They have to be doing it manually. And we know we're in the technological age. It is important for children to keep abreast, man, of what's going on. So thank you guys for calling in. More music for you. But of course, the show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings. So how can I not? How can I not say thanks to Soji and the staff at Cooler Runnings Restaurant over there at 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Please go over and support them, because without your support, we won't have them delectable dishes that we've been enjoying, and people just tired of the same old food and things like that. You notice how we are, though. We talk English, then we move over into a slight little something and wheel back, But I'd like to say hi to Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 listeners. I heard some of you are back. You're so happy that you're able to, hear once again. Things happen, but thankfully we're here. If you are here, you're most welcome, Christine. If you're here and you don't know who I am, my name is Lady D, Denise Gomez, and I've been hosting this show, Inside the Zone, on this station since, guess how long? Since 2008, officially. And it has been a good run. I have met people, done things, all because I have access to a platform, and it was given to me, right? Dex said, okay, you can be here, and I've been here. And the myriad of things I've learned and done, amazing. So I have to say, had it not been for this, I would not have connected in this way. Perhaps I would have in other areas, but not like this. So thankful Monday. That's what I'm on here. A thankful Monday. So hello.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase. And we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Potential 5 years in prison. When we come back on this Monday night, what Instagram and Facebook could soon charge you for.
Hello.
And we remember that. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I just happened to catch the end of a conversation with the people from the production.
Yes.
Was that Diane Silvera?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And where is it going to happen?
At Hostos, Grand Concourse.
Okay, when?
March 10 and March 11. Friday, March 10 at 7 o'clock and March 11. Hostos Center for the Arts and Culture.
You're going to post something about it?
Yes, I'm going to put up the flyer.
Okay. I'll catch you there then.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, good.
Blessings. All righty. Good evening. I can say evening. It's almost 7 o'clock. Almost time for me to head on home. Yeah, but I'm so glad I came. I hope your President's Day has been going well, And I was out this weekend went with some friends. A friend of mine was celebrating birthday. Man, my meal was delicious. We had a nice evening on Saturday in Pelham. It was nice. So hi to all those who love to go out and dine and stuff. Every now and again, we have to, kind of treat ourselves and treat each other. Anything new that I missed that I didn't hear, but I can't hear everything. But nevertheless, I'm looking forward to seeing you on March 10 and 11. Okay? At Hostas, Center for the Arts and Culture, 450 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. And remember, you have to go to Eventbrite. That's www.eventbrite.com/O/589-276-14923. I'll be posting it in my WhatsApp and on Facebook, Instagram, and stuff. And they also say advance tickets, orchestra 65, balcony 50, at the door 70 and 55. So try get your tickets before. So 70 and 55, or 70 don't catch you. You maybe can manage the 55. So it has been my pleasure being here, and I need a little more music in my ears.
To the promised land. Oh God, save the promised land. Yeah, I'm the promised land. I've got to get myself together.
Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Hey there, MS.
I have to. Yes, I had to call to commend your music playing list this evening.
Oh yes, yes.
I'm sure you will help. You will help reggae music because rap did $16 billion, reggae only did $350 million. So your presentation of the list that you play this evening will certainly help reggae to earn more money.
There you go. So at least I have little use, and with your support, I'll keep doing so.
Well, I listened and I said, wait a minute, you really have a great list. If you continue presenting that great list, reggae will earn a lot more.
Yes. MS, I say that too. How was your weekend?
It was quite good, quite good.
Nice.
And how was yours?
It was nice.
I need to find out the name of the station that you're on Saturday. I need to find that out.
Oh, it's my YouTube channel. It's on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube, okay.
Yes,
okay.
It's on YouTube. You go to YouTube, you type in the name of the show, Inside the Zone with Lady D.
Okay.
As simple as that, and you
I'll
just...
I'll see if
You'll find it.
Yes, I'll see if I can pick it up.
Yes, and you just subscribe.
Yes, I'll see if I can pick it up.
There is no cost to subscribing. So you subscribe, you like, you share it, okay? Thank you.
Okay, I'll try to see if I can find it. Okay, then.
Blessings.
The Almighty, yeah.
5 minutes and counting to wrapping up the show.
I stopped for a while on my favorite corner. Imagine I drink come up to wine, say me glad you come on, yeah. A long time me no eat, him say me no have nowhere to sleep. I beg you let have something. Running's well sharp, let have something. Even buy me a half, let have something. Give I man a mass. The I think say let have something. Can't stand the pace, let have something. Me dip on me face, let have something. No care what smile, no hesitate. Yeah. And where we are go do now? Tell me. This your time will crucial, and the pressure's getting brutal. So let have something. Me dip on me face, let have something. Can't stand the pace, let have something. No care what smile, no hesitate. I gave her back the key to her front door, 'cause it seems she didn't care about me anymore. I gave her all the love I had and she spilled it, yeah. So I packed my things into a shopping bag and decided to quit. But Lord knows that I don't wanna be lonely tonight. I
Don't wanna be lonely tonight.
This is Glacia, and you're listening to
I said
Inside the Zone.
don't wanna be lonely tonight.
Inside the Zone.
But I would rather to be lonely than to live a dirty life. All of those things that we've been through used to make me happy, now make me blue. I didn't believe the things that I've heard, no. But now I've seen it with my own eyes. I know actions speak louder than words. But Lord know that I don't wanna be lonely tonight. Granny know that I don't wanna be lonely tonight. I mean it, yes I mean it. I don't. Oh, what a night! What a night! What a night! Oh gosh, what a night. I feel good.
So I had 2 good hours with you this evening. Sometimes you just have to just chill and mellow and listen, you know. So I know how that is. I'd like to say thanks to everyone who tuned in Inside the Zone on the YouTube channel, on Linkage Radio, 104.5, 101.7, on the Linkage Radio app. Thank you. We have multiple options for you to listen to. I'm going to keep my list with me so I can mention them, but we do have several means by which you can listen. And I'd like to thank Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant for sponsoring the show. Thanks to those of you who just simply stayed with me this evening. To my YouTubers, thank you for being here with me. Don't forget, if you're on here and you have not liked the channel, subscribe so I can get the numbers up, and share and like. I'm going to beat you, give you a beating. But before that, you know, we have to do last lick. So if you give me a good lick, you remember I mentioned on Thursday, I just remembered this term we used to use called bitch lick. When somebody give you a bitch lick, you know that the lick conic, it hot and it was intentional, right? So before you give me that, let me go on up quick before they come find me and tell me if you go along up, go on up, go up. But I had a great time. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. God bless and keep you. Until tomorrow. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'm out of here.
What a night, yes. What a night. Oh, yeah. I'd love to wipe the sweat off of your face, but it looks so good I might have to replace. This moment is magic, so I leave it alone until you say, honey, time to go home. Oh, oh, oh. Wine some more and show me that love.
You're locked on to the #1 radio station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
Best music.
New York, I introduce the best ice cream factory located in Mount Vernon, 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Call and place your order at 914-699-1349. We also do delivery from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have the most Jamaican flavor.